Have you ever sat quietly looking back at your life and wondered, if only I had done things a little differently? The older we get, the more we realize that life isn't just shaped by the big decisions, but also by the small habits. The ones that seem harmless but quietly erode our joy, our health, and our peace of mind day after day. Some mistakes come very slowly: skipping a morning walk, putting off a call to an old friend, isolating ourselves through long, silent days. These small choices, left unaddressed, can turn the golden years into lonely, regretful times, unless we recognize them early and choose differently. In today's video, we're going to look at 5 common mistakes many people over 60 unknowingly make. Mistakes that can quietly diminish the quality of life if not corrected. And the most important part, you can change them. If this is your first time visiting Advice for Seniors, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Each week, we share gentle, heartfelt messages to help you live healthier, happier, and always remember your true value at any age. Now let's begin. Mistake number 1, neglecting physical health. One of the most silent yet dangerous mistakes after 60 is neglecting to care for your body. At first, it creeps in quietly. One morning, you skip your daily walk because you're feeling a little tired. One meal you rush through with fast food because you don't feel like cooking. One evening, you stay seated for hours without bothering to stand up and move. These small choices, repeated day after day, silently erode your health. You might start to notice your body feeling stiffer. Standing up and sitting down becomes heavier. Climbing a few familiar stairs feels like a challenge. Many people mistakenly believe this decline is simply because I'm getting old. But the truth is, much of this loss is not inevitable with age. It's the result of inactivity and poor nutrition. Muscles that aren't used will weaken. Joints that aren't moved will stiffen and become prone to injury. Stamina, balance, recovery, all of these decline rapidly when we stop moving. Think of Mr. Henry, a 74-year-old man who was once very active. After he stopped his daily walks, just a few short months later, he noticed he was more tired. His knees hurt when standing too long, and even short walks became burdensome. The sad truth is, once your health declines, rebuilding it becomes much harder. And it's not just movement. Your diet plays a critical role too. After 60, your body needs more protein to maintain muscle, more calcium to keep bones strong, and more fiber for healthy digestion. Yet many people become complacent, eating processed foods, skipping balanced meals, and losing precious nutritional support. Another big mistake, only seeing the doctor when something feels seriously wrong. Conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and osteoporosis often develop silently. Without regular checkups, you might miss the chance to catch and manage them early. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start again. Just begin with adding 15 minutes of walking to your daily routine, including more fresh vegetables and fruits in your meals while cutting back on fast food. Keeping up with regular health checkups, even when you feel fine. Your body, no matter how many years it has carried you, is always ready to respond to care and attention. Taking care of your physical health isn't about fighting against aging. It's about ensuring that every day you live is full, independent, and vibrant. Mistake number 2, isolating yourself from friends and family. One of the saddest things about growing older is the silence. No more unexpected phone calls. No more lively gatherings. No more afternoons spent chatting away about nothing and everything with someone who cared. And over time, we get used to the loneliness. At first, it's just a few declined invitations, an excuse about being busy or feeling tired. Then it becomes hesitation to pick up the phone, reluctance to send a message, discomfort about showing up. Gradually, the distance between us and those we love grows too wide to bridge easily. Many believe that loneliness is inevitable with aging. But the truth is, loneliness is not fate. It's a choice. Studies have shown that prolonged loneliness is as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It weakens the immune system, increases the risk of heart disease, accelerates memory loss, and makes the remaining years heavier and more burdensome. Remember Dorothy, a 76-year-old woman who once had a vibrant social life. She assumed her friends were too busy, her children and grandchildren had their own lives, and she didn't want to bother anyone. Weeks without contact turned into months, then years. Dorothy slipped into long, quiet days, so quietly that she barely noticed her spark for life fading away. It wasn't until she picked up the phone, invited an old friend out for coffee, joined a local book club, and started welcoming her great-grandchildren for weekend visits, that everything changed. She smiled more, ate better, slept deeper, and most importantly, she felt connected to life again. We cannot force others to stay by our side, but we can choose to keep the threads of connection alive. If you're hesitant about technology, start small. Learn basic video calls, send a picture message, or write a short email. Sometimes a simple, "Hi dear, I'm doing well today," is all it takes to spark a warm conversation. Don't let distance grow simply because of shyness or fear. Because on the other side of that call, someone might be longing to hear your voice too. Staying connected doesn't just make you happier, it keeps your brain sharper, your spirit steadier, and your days filled with hope. Mistake number 3, refusing to adapt to change. If there's one certainty in life, it's this: everything changes. Yet the older we get, the easier it becomes to cling to what's familiar and resist the new. Maybe you've thought to yourself, "I've lived just fine this way for decades. Why change now?" Or, "Modern technology is too complicated. It's not for someone my age." Or simply, "Things were better back in the old days." But the truth is, the world keeps moving forward, whether we like it or not. And when we refuse to adapt, we're the ones who end up isolated from the flow of life. Think of Albert, a 78-year-old man. He stubbornly clung to his old flip phone, refusing to learn how to use a smartphone, believing it was all pointless nonsense. But he soon realized he was missing out. Missing pictures from his grandkids, missing family gatherings on video calls, even struggling with basic banking. It wasn't until Albert opened himself up to learning, embracing texting, video chatting, online appointments, that his world opened back up. He no longer felt left behind. He became a living, breathing part of his family's and community's life once more. Refusing to adapt isn't just about rejecting conveniences. It's about closing the door on connection, learning, and growth. And adapting doesn't mean surrendering who you are. Sometimes it simply means adjusting your diet to support a healthier heart. Sometimes it's learning how to read books online, join an online class, or play a game with your grandchildren. Sometimes it's opening your heart to new values and new ways of life that your children or grandchildren cherish, even if they seem different from your generation. Adaptation doesn't erase who you are. It enriches who you are. You've lived through decades with perseverance and resilience. With a little more flexibility, a little more willingness to learn, you can live even more fully in the years to come. Mistake number 4, poor financial management. In the later years of life, finances are no longer just about money. They are about freedom, dignity, and peace of mind. Yet sadly, many people lose that sense of control simply because of small mistakes in financial management. Some spend freely, believing their lifetime savings will cover every need. Some neglect to create a new spending plan after retirement, thinking they no longer need to keep track. And some, through too much trust, fall into heartbreaking financial traps, losing the funds that were meant to sustain their final decades. Think of Richard, a 72-year-old man. In his early retirement years, he fully enjoyed life, traveling, buying gifts for his grandchildren, dining out without worry. He believed his savings would last a lifetime. But then came unexpected medical expenses, unforeseen costs, and rising living prices. His savings dwindled faster than he had imagined. As he grew older and his health declined, Richard found himself financially dependent on his children, a situation he had never wanted. Financial independence, whether with a lot or a little, is the armor that protects your dignity and your peace of mind. Another common mistake is underestimating the risk of scams. Today, scammers are more sophisticated than ever, impersonating banks, sending fake emails, making offers of incredible investments. Older adults, with their natural trust and kindness, often become prime targets. You don't need to distrust everyone, but you do need to verify, to ask questions, and to seek advice from trusted sources before making any financial decisions. You don't have to be a financial expert to protect yourself. Just remember to create a simple, clear spending plan. Set aside a dedicated fund for medical and long-term care costs. Be cautious with financial offers that seem unclear or too good to be true. And most importantly, remember you always have the right to ask questions, verify details, and say no if something doesn't feel right. Wise financial management doesn't just keep your money safe, it preserves your autonomy, your confidence, and the quiet joy of living each day on your own terms. Mistake number 5, losing purpose and neglecting spiritual growth. There's a silent but dangerous trap that many older adults fall into, giving up on finding new purpose and letting go of their inner growth. After retirement, after the children have grown, after the societal roles have faded, many quietly tell themselves, it's time to just rest. There's no need to strive anymore. But the truth is, when we stop having something to strive for, our spirit begins to shrink, to fade away. Without purpose, the days can slip into a monotonous cycle, lacking motivation, lacking joy. Without nurturing the spirit, the mind grows dull, disinterested, and loses its sharpness and vitality. Think of Linda, a 70-year-old woman. After retiring, she spent most of her days watching TV, feeling like her best years were behind her. She stopped going out, stopped engaging with others, and slowly forgot the small things that once brought her happiness. Until one day, she decided to try something new. She signed up for a painting class at the local community center. With shaky brush strokes and unfamiliar colors, she rekindled joy, excitement, and long-forgotten dreams. Not only did her memory and mood improve, but she also gained new friends, enjoyed lively conversations, and rediscovered a wellspring of inspiration. You see, growth doesn't stop at any age. As long as your heart stays open, willing to learn, willing to experience, you can still fill each day with meaning. You don't need to accomplish grand things. You simply need to find a small hobby, reading, journaling, gardening, painting, learning an instrument. Spend time connecting and sharing your precious life experiences with the younger generations. Challenge yourself with tiny goals, finishing a book, walking daily, learning a new skill. Age is just a number. If your spirit still seeks wonder, still loves, still dreams, then you are still growing, still truly living. Never believe that your brightest days are behind you. With every sunrise you greet, the opportunity to write your most beautiful chapters still lies wide open before you. As we cross the many milestones of life, every small decision we make each day becomes more important than ever. You see, the 5 mistakes we've shared today, neglecting physical health, isolating ourselves, resisting change, mismanaging finances, and giving up on purpose, didn't happen overnight. They crept in through small, repeated choices, almost unnoticed, until one day we realize we've lost our way. But the most beautiful truth is, everything can still change, starting today. You don't have to transform everything all at once. Just take one small step. Stand up for a short walk, pick up the phone and call an old friend. Learn how to send a message, read one more page of a book, or save a little extra for your future. Each of these small actions is a promise you make to yourself, a promise that you deserve a strong, fulfilling, and meaningful life at every stage. If today's message touched your heart, please don't forget to subscribe to Advice for Seniors and turn on the notification bell. We are always here walking beside you, not just to share knowledge, but to remind you, you still have so much to live for, so much to give, and so much to enjoy. Thank you for taking the time to listen. May you walk through each day with trust, with peace, and with a heart full of hope, and we'll see you again in the next video.